right. I think we are there. Yes, indeed, we are. Welcome, everyone, to this open qualifier. And it's going to be a phenomenal day.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a good one. Hafer, what's happening? How's your Friday been?
And as you see by the names as well, sorry, I completely forgot to both introduce myself and to introduce you, but obviously I'm joined by Muzz. I'm doing absolutely phenomenal, Muzz. How about yourself?
Yeah, no complaints at all. Nah, ready for a bit of open calls tonight or this evening.
And then we've got you need to win the second round, and then you qualify. And then the first match we've got today is Ascension Draco versus Godalions Celeritas. And Ascension, they also play with someone I've cast it with before, Dennis. So I'm curious to see how he plays. If he's going to be disappointing me, I am going to roast him. But Ascension overall is a pretty well-known org, and now they have signed a new roster. Curious to see how they can do with that in the Vortex League.
Yeah, got quite a lot of depth in the org. We have also Curious as well playing in the open calls now, and we've casted them before. Great reverse sweep they've had. I think you guys will find that up on the YouTube channel. But yeah, so Draco versus Godalions should be pretty good. Should be pretty good indeed. Playoffs, yeah, Godalions made the final of the Division 2 last season. And they had obviously Aero then on the team instead of Sensei. So a bit of a roster swap for them. We're going to see what Sensei can bring to the table. Of course, best of 5 single elimination. I don't know, Hafer, if you feel more on edge when it's a single elim, because you know kind of there isn't that lower bracket to save you. So kind of you lose and you're gone.
I feel like with a open qualifier, you kind of need to have a single elim, otherwise you're going to have a lot of teams that don't necessarily belong there in the lower bracket still make it up, and then you're not really going to have the most entertaining tournament, and it's going to take longer as well. So in an open qualifier, I like it, but if it's in a tournament or something, I'd prefer double elimination, because otherwise, well, you one shot and you're out. So one bad series where you feel like you're unlucky or your accuracy is slacking a little bit and you're out. So that's what I like, double elimination just that little bit more. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, I think it's nice because you find a lot of teams they do poorly the first time around. They're in the upper bracket, and then they can kind of make the swoop straight through the lower bracket, even get to those finals and win. Yeah, so I think that safety net, the teams do enjoy it. But that isn't going to be the case tonight or this evening. As we've got the single elim. Yeah, so Hyferia should be an absolute goodie, and I think we are getting the teams stepping into the lobby right now.
And obviously, with it being open qualifiers, we unfortunately won't be able to cover every single game that goes on today. So we've got this one. Then after this, we've got round 2 going on. And if you win in round 2, you've qualified. Obviously, if you lost before that at any point or in round 2, you're completely out. But it seems like everybody is in the lobby. I see 9 people. We're with 3. They're all with 3. That makes 9. So I got to tell these players, go, 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 go. And get this matchup underway. Do you have any predictions, Muzz?
No, I'm just pretty excited to get... I want to be surprised, and I want to go in kind of with not many predictions to my name. So I'm going to leave it a blank slate for now.
Fair enough, fair enough. And obviously Godalions, they're going to have a 2-goal advantage being co-sponsor of the tournament. That is a joke, by the way. They are not getting anything. But thank you nonetheless for Godalions. And now they get off to a great start. Sensei just gets an open goal off of the back of a demo.
Yeah, so there we go. So already that roster swap, a new teammate to Godalions, already doing so much work. Slots in quite a relatively easy goal as well. Just, yeah, out of the corner and into the back of the net. Yeah, easy peasy.
And also those, you have to make them count. You have to put those into the back of the net. You can't let anything slack. Now Sensei, once again, off the ceiling. That's going to go backboard, and Exonic will be able to clear that one out. Follow it up as well. Sensei in the midfield. And currently it's all Celeritas who's over Draco. But now Dennis is able to break out for a little bit rowboat. And he's tugging along very nicely to keep up to pace.
Yeah, good position just here on the side of Godalions. Holding the ball quite nicely, kind of keeping out Ascension. Draco just trying to do a lot of work as they try to get their own ball out of the corner here, but you can see Blue doing pretty well so far. Sensei at the back is going to pick up the ball. Easy recovery.
And now in the midfield, Cass with a shot. Robo is not tugging on long very nicely anymore. He was just sitting there, and it seemed like he should have been able to save this. And I don't even know what happened. He just went into a wrong rotation. He just completely went to the other side.
Yeah, and I'm so glad Dennis got that ball into the midfield. Just, you know, because you did say you wanted to see what's the caliber of Dennis's play, and, you know, he got the assist there, so kudos to him.
Now it's Cass, beat by Sir Hunter. Exonic with the 8-4 boost in attack, gets a shot over once again, and this long-range defense from Celeritas is just getting caught off guard once again.
Yeah, a nice long shot all the way down the whole field, and just no one back there as well. That's just a slight last touch there coming from Blue, gets their own goal as well. Yeah, defensive rotations from Godalions need to maybe just pep it up in their step a little bit. Hunter does win the kickoff there, but yeah, trailing by 1 right now.
And they got off to a good start off of the back of a demo, and then had a little bit of pressure, but it seems like Celeritas, they're currently having trouble finishing the ball or breaking out of that defense. Now, once again, off of the back of a demo, Sir Hunter takes it out to the side. Hunter boost is picked up. Off the ceiling he goes. Tries to take a shot, but Dennis should be clearing that easy. That is not the greatest clear, though. That allows Robo to go in for a second try. Dennis recovers nicely, though, to get in the way of that.
Yeah, just Celeritas here on the back foot right now, just kind of playing a lot of defense as Ascension Draco having quite a swell time keeping this ball up in their opposing half. So they're doing a good job holding the ball, pushing it up. I mean, even now, Robo struggling as Exonic just gets the ball over him. And now Sensei is going to get beaten by 1. Oh, yes! Oh, it's Cass. Man, just absolutely got around the man. Sensei here at the back, he's trying to get... Oh, look at that interplay.
Absolutely nothing that the defender can do. Exonic even faked the defender out. He knew that whatever Exonic was going to do, or Exonic knew that he was in a dominant position, so he could just fake out the initial pass and then go for a shot or a pass afterwards. He decides to go for the pass, and it works out perfectly. But now it's 1-3, and Celeritas, they're struggling so much. Dennis gets it past. It's going to bounce. Somewhat fortunate. Exonic gets a demo. But because of that, he's not in the rotation to try and go for a shot. Dennis respawned in time. It's just all Draco right now.
Yeah, and it's almost all Exonic and Cass right now as well. They just hold on the ball so much. Dennis just being that integral kind of third man between, you know, all the players, just making sure these other 2 lads can get up. But it's just the Exonic and the Cass show right now. I mean, look at the bump here on Exonic. He gets Sir Hunter off the ball, make sure he can do work. Just beautiful play between them. I mean, Exonic being so aggressive, he pushes up their ball. You know, the rotations back here are pretty swift. We've got everyone back from Draco. I think it's, you know, Godalions, they may just struggle to kind of penetrate the defense.
Yeah, for sure, and especially when you've only got 1 minute 40 left to do so, and needing to score 2 goals is definitely not impossible. It's very much doable, but then also you have to take into account that they've not really been outpacing Draco. It's not really that they've been creating a lot of opportunities. Now they get somewhat of an opportunity here, but now it's 3 against 1 Robo, last man back. Exonic once again tries to go for the pass. That is cut up by Robo though. Now still Dennis, 0 boost, just tries to cross and potentially go for a bump or steal the boost. And Sir Hunter, and the defense from Draco, the far short defense, is just better.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of work. I mean, you take a look here at the blue page, you're gonna see Robot, you know, no shots, no assists right now. They kind of are struggling a little bit to get the defensive ball up. Then you kind of take a look at Exonic and you're like, okay, wow, you know, this guy's doing a hell of a lot of work around the park. He already got 4 shots to his names, 2 saved, 1 assist. You know, he's up in the front, he's down in the back. His rotations are good. He's around the map when he needs to be. They're just kind of, you know, it's just the small little places here and there where they're beating out Godalions.
And 30 seconds left, 2 goals left to go. They have to score on right now, otherwise it's going to be a lot of trouble for them. I mean, not necessarily a lot. First game, you always want to write it off somewhat. But they go off to a great start and then just completely got caught slacking at every single go. Exonic with a bad clear out. This could be a double tap coming in from Sir Hunter. Exonic, phenomenal save afterwards though. And that is probably going to win them this game for sure, especially if this one goes in. Sensei saves it. but nonetheless, that is going to be a Ascension Draco winning this first match.
Ah, just a nail in the coffin as well there, coming out from its cast. And I mean, earlier on when we saw there's almost going to be the double tap coming out from blue to get the shot in, just a beautiful save there as well. And you kind of think, oh, you know, most of the time these double taps are going to be pretty guaranteed. Nah, not in this series. And of course, there we go. Nice its cast slotting in that last 0-second goal to make it 4-1.
Yeah, and I hope everyone is enjoying the pre-recorded stream as well, obviously. This is, no, just kidding, Victor. We are reading chat. We are out here, live in the flesh, sitting here, both at the same time. And it is not pre-recorded. We don't do that stuff. We make sure these players have to perform under pressure, because if you play on stream, there are a lot of other people watching you as well, and that can play as a factor as well when they might start panicking a little bit.
Yeah. So just getting ready for game number 2, Ascension Draco up by 3. So quite a nice emphatic win coming from them. I don't know, High Fairy, if you put in any predictions, because I know I didn't.
No, I also didn't put in any predictions, mainly because I'm not too familiar with these teams yet, and then it just becomes a full-on guessing game. Now, yeah. You know, I've been to the casino a few times. I've done guessing here and there, a little bit of gambling, but on the Rocket League stream, you've got the entirety of Twitch chat saying, "Oh, your prediction was so wrong. You're so bad," and I'm just not even going to dare. Yeah, no, I don't really know a soul that really listens to Twitch chat. We kind of just assume they know nothing, and we let us do our job. So yeah, but that's fine. But game number 2 of a best of 5 series, single elim, and that's Ascension Draco up by 1. Let's see, you know, are Godalions going to be able to bring it back? Did they feel up Ascension enough to kind of know what they want to play, who they want to cut out? Is it going to be Exonic? Do they need to get rid of Cass? Or is Dennis making those nice integral passes between the two? We're going to have to find out and see if they've figured it out. And 10 seconds in. A Throwbo as well instead of Robo. He's not too happy with his performance in the previous match, I guess. Mr. Hunter, he sees can try and get it past Exonic. Will not manage to do so, but the clear from Exonic, or clear from Dennis rather, can't even really call it a clear because it just went backwards instead. It just seems that Exonic or Draco is a little bit more comfortable all around the field. You just saw that ball up on the sidewall, and I don't know, Sir Hunter didn't really want to go for it because it was a little bit awkward, where you don't really see that with Draco. No, well, a lot more composed. They make sure kind of the passes are tight, transitions happening, you know, they get kind of, they play together. You know, if it's something like this, oh, you see how close it is. They kind of, you know, get that second man to play it inside and get kind of the last man to try shoot. Even that was very close. Cass with the shot was kept out, but I mean, that's kind of standard Draco. I think we're going to see a lot more of those kind of just pretty confident shots coming from them. Absolutely love the Ripper coming out from Sir Hunter as well, with the blue pirate hat, obviously. And Dennis beating Throwbo, or getting a very favorable 50. Sensei doesn't get a second touch on this ball, and there's nobody going for this, which allows Throwbo actually to get this one past. And Exonic, he's also now in a bad position. 40 boost in the tank. Dennis has to clear this one out. But they could just get locked in defense here if the pressure from Godalions is good. But then they 50 the ball with each other. Still somehow Sir Hunter managed to get in there and keep the ball into the attacking half. But what was that? Yeah, it's a bit of awkward comms there between Sensei. He also had 0 in the tank as well, so he couldn't even get out. And then, yeah, kind of not really the most favorable touch. Like you said, 50 between both teammates, so it's not too great. Oh? Oh no. Oh my word, what is happening? Why didn't... Just nobody decided to go for the ball. Everybody was just waiting for someone to go get a bad clear out or a bad shot potentially, and then they could capitalize off of that. But you can't really wait. You need to take initiative. You need to set pace of the play. That's a very good touch by Exonic. Sir Hunter does get back to it in time. Now it's Dennis solo on attack. All they can do is hit it to the corner where Sensei is, but then the second touch is actually very good, and then Cass with a pre-flip past the defender. Sensei just beats him at Dennis to try to get the ball. Beautiful touch back into Cass. Just had to beat one, play that inside ball. I mean, first goal now with several minutes off the clock. You know, they were a lot
game number 1 was a lot quicker. I think we even saw about 2 goals by this time in the previous match. Only 1 goal so far. A lot slower, a lot more sluggish. Yeah, Godalions kind of, they got possibly Draco's number and they know what's happening. Or maybe just, you know, we've got Godalions being a lot more defensively minded and able just to pick up the reads.
Yeah, it's a hard playstyle to go for though, because as soon as you fail to make either a save and Throwboat or Robo barely gets this one. Well, if you decide to sit back on defense and then go on the counter, well, you need to have that counter perfect. As Dennis almost gets in the way, but Kaz, he places it very nicely past, and the defense from Celeritas is crumbling.
Oh. Yeah, just bodies kind of again thrown up and then going everywhere now. Of course, Rowboat calling himself Throwboat. Yeah, he's not feeling too chuffed with his performance, and that's now 2nd one for Draco. And it's Kaz. He's doing a lot of work around the park. He seems to be getting in some decent goals. I mean, might be a 3-0 series, might be a longer one. I think it's difficult right now. Oh.
Oh my, that's...
And there we go. Okay, Throwboat with a nice rebuttal. A good 50 there as well as he beat him. It's Cass couldn't do much in that corner.
Oh, that's actually, he put that on target himself and Dennis missed it. I thought there was an own goal coming out from someone of Draco. That's actually very, very decent. A very decent goal coming out. Good angle from Robo. And he takes it up into the air as well. Gets the 100 pad. Can he center this one as well? No, Exonic will put a spanner in the works with that. Exonic can't really do much else though because he's low on boost, and especially when you mess up the wave dash. Sir Hunter also got that boost. It's Celeritas. They're in the driver's seat in boost regard. But apart from that, the positioning, it's just a little bit in control of Draco right now. As you see, they take control of the midfield once again here as well.
Yeah, just kind of when they hold the ball, maybe better position, they can keep onto the ball, doesn't really get thrown away. And you kind of find, yeah, when Godalions not always holding the ball as much as they can. Like you said, boost starved as well, kind of often find their players without anything. Dennis, oh, very close. Sensei keeps it out, brilliant save. I don't know, 40 seconds left on the clock. They just need one more goal just to force it overtime. I mean, definitely possible. Yeah, those goals were, that was a bit of a sketchy defense there, but good on Throwboat to get that out.
And now it's Exonic getting tripped up by Sensei, but he doesn't really care about it too much. Still gets past. It's a decent 50, and all that Draco have to do is just hold on now. All they have to do is just waste a little bit of time, make sure that everything is all right for these last 15 seconds. But a double commit, that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. This cast air dribbles it out to the midfield, still not completely clear of danger as Hunter gets this one in. Robo has to go for it, and he does do so indeed. The Sensei's going to keep that up. No, it's Ascension Draco who take home game number 2 as well.
Yeah, and just when you thought that Godalions were going to be able to keep that ball up, then of course they do pop it down. Yeah, so Throwboat there picks up the 1 goal for his team. Did have the 2 saves, of course. Ascension taking a hell of a lot of shots, getting those 8 shots in versus the 4. So twice as much as Godalions, but only 1 goal up, not even 2 goals up, 1 goal up. Conversion rate, maybe not as much as that want. I think this game number 2 definitely Godalions had more of their number than game 1. But we're all going to see now if this 3rd game does bring a potential reverse sweep, or if we're just going for a clean sweep and Ascension Draco do get promoted around 2. It's going to be tough. I think we're going to have to see a lot of work coming out here from Godalions. Sensei kind of had a decent save there, but had a quieter game with the 179.
Celeritas, they're just getting locked on defense right now. They're not really able to break out and set up a lot of threatening attacks. They got the shot here and there, but apart from that, it's mainly Draco in the driver's seat of where that ball is going to go, moving it around the field very smoothly. Where Celeritas, they're just kind of a spectator in this match. Obviously, that could all change in this game, and it has to change for them as well. If they want another shot, we can get the game underway. It's Robo and Dennis, 5 minutes on the clock, and it's do or die for Celeritas.
Oh, and we already have Cass finding Dennis trying to get down in that left corner. It does miss, but I mean that's exactly what we kind of already we're accustomed to see from Draco. You know, they just push the ball so quickly. Dennis, they're trying a nice little 360, doesn't get a touch. But close. So Hunter not hold in as much position as it could. Didn't have much depth in the tank either.
Oof, good pass mid. I got cleared out to the outside, and now Cass with 100 boost back in defense. Dodges the bump, well, doesn't really get it further than Sir Hunter. It's Robo on the side for wall. Gets in the way of it, but there's nobody there to recollect that ball. And the spacing from Celeritas is a little bit weird. And now that's a good pass. Is that going to be top bins? No, that's off the crossbar. And Robo will get that out further. But this is already not looking too great for Celeritas.
And that was their opportunity, right? I mean, Dennis, that was so close. Yeah, he could have got a shot there to top in, but unfortunately, kind of that sly fourth man back of the crossbar kept him out. Oh, nice shot. There it is, Sir Hunter. And I mean, I think that's the first time I've had Godalions take first blood.
Yeah, Sensei, he didn't get the angle, but it was good enough. It didn't bounce out in a particular way that it was unscorable for his teammate. It was perfectly open. But that is also the only 2 goals that they've scored. Or 3 goals actually, if I'm not mistaken. 1 in every match thus far, and they're all off the back of demos. First of all, it was, I think it might have been Dennis. In the second game, it was at least Dennis, and then now third one being demoed as well. So it's working out for them, the demo plays. But you're going to have a little bit. You're going to need a little bit more in your arsenal than just demo plays.
Yeah. Next Sonic. Oh, nice save there by Throwboat. Sensei is going to keep it out. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I know definitely teams that want to be looking for the bumps, the demos, try to get a third man out of the picture before they can score. But, you know, like you said, you do need a little bit more up the sleeve than just trying to get bumps to put it into the back of the net. Now, Sir Hunter, oh, Dennis, they almost took a crack at it. Okay, so they are keeping out Draco right now. It's doing pretty well. I mean, you know what, if Godalions do win by 1, that's perfect, and then we can force game 4.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how much you win it by. Goal differential is not going to matter. It's not a league, it's open qualifiers. You just need to win. That's all you need to get. And currently, Celeritas, they're doing a good job of that in this game. Overall in the series, not really, because they're 2-0 down. There's still quite a decent amount of time left to play. But that also means that Draco can just make this comeback quite comfortably as well. They don't really have to go for panic hits just yet. Dennis, that might be a little bit of a panic hit. That's at least not a good hit. That's something I can tell you. But Exonic might be able to get a counter off of that. Exonic now with the demo. Sensei forced up early, but it doesn't really matter because he was there in time. Now another demo coming out. Dennis gets the save. And Draco managed to hold on for at least a little bit longer.
And the possession this time around has gone, you know, all the way to Celeritas. They're doing exceptionally well. You know, I don't think I can find anyone on Draco that kind of had broken 100 a little earlier. You know, Dennis, he's Exonic sitting here at the 58 with Cass sitting at the 110. Dennis, you know, best on the field, and you kind of mentioned, you know, how many times they were blowing him up earlier. You know, so I love the possession kind of getting held here by Celeritas. You know, they're really starving Draco. It shows if they're going to play for the next 1.5 minutes with 1 goal, I don't think they care, but it's fine. I mean, they're doing a damn good job of starving these boys, and I mean, they look at them, they're just running around the park. It's fine. Let's just kind of play, you know, whatever, ring around a rosy, and it's okay.
It's a very scary playstyle though, because exactly of this, you get a double commit and then Cass hits the angle. You know, it's very nice you stay on defense the entire time, but if you then double commit or make a single mistake, that's going to be punished instantly by a team like Draco. And then you're all of a sudden equalized, and yet once again are put in a position where you have to score at least 1.
And now here we are. So we got the equalizer with the 1 minute left. Oh, okay. So Hunter, you know, he knows this is going to be unacceptable for the team. But yeah, you're right. You can't just defend and defend constantly. Eventually, they're going to find a way to crack your defense.
Yeah, and especially at this level they're just going to put odd shots on your target that you don't really expect, or just boomers that are somewhat close to the net, but also not really. Now Dennis with a redirect off the post, but Cass can still come in for the shot. He will indeed do so. 2 on the scoreboard now for Cass.
Yeah, and as you talk about kind of those odd shots, there's Dennis with a beautiful redirect, you know, trying to get as much as he can. And of course, Cass to follow up. He is an absolute legend right now. Kind of this whole entire series, we've seen Cass just been so prolific, up and down, doing the most. And now here we go. We got the 1 goal difference, but in, you know, towards Draco. With the 30 seconds left, and Celeritas were doing so well, but I mean, I don't know. I think there was too much time left on the clock for them to just, you know, pass the ball around like it's a training pack.
Double coming out from Exotic as well. Dennis can't get that center, but still, that's 3 seconds that 2 players are completely out of the play. There's nothing that they can do except for their ashy remains that maybe get in the sight of your opponent. Now throw Robo at 0 seconds. Oh no, this would have gone in as well. Ascension Draco, they are the victors and move on to the next round. But give it 1 more second and it would have been a tied game and overtime as well. Celeritas, that must hurt.
Oh man, you know, you can't write this stuff. You just kind of, we sit here and we put our hands on our head. Throwboat was just mere centimeters away from getting that ball across the line, and of course, you know, time was killed. Yeah, like you said, we would have equalized, gone to the overtime, and, you know, potentially we could have gone to that game number 4. But of course, that's Draco going through to our round number 2, and we say goodbye to Celeritas. Oh, Hyperia. I mean, you love to see it, but you also hate to see it, and you gotta, you know, my heart bleeds for the boys.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really unfortunate way to go, but at the same time, I don't think they would have made the comeback. They were looking decent at times, but that is the key word, decent at times. Whereas Draco, they were looking pretty solid throughout the entire matchup, and I liked what I saw in Game 3. They woke up a little bit more and played a little bit more to their standards. So I think they're going to be happy at least that they could have shown what they are capable of, because the first 2 games were not really at the level, whereas the third one, I'd say they'd be able to compete with the rest of the competition.
Yeah, no, they completely stepped it back up. You know, they kind of, that's nice about a best of 5. It's long enough that you can kind of suss out the competition. Sometimes these best of 3s are really just poor like that. But yeah, so they're going to be going through, and then game number 2 on stream, ladies and gents. We're just going to see who will be taking on SSCEA when we do head back for that next match.
I'm trying to look at the bracket, and it's a massive bracket as well.
Yeah, open quals, that's what, you know, that's what you're going to get. Good enthusiasm from all the teams coming to play here in our Vortex open quals.
Yeah, for sure. And that makes it incredibly hard to look for who's going to be on the next match. And it's not been decided yet. It's at least SSCEA, but the match from Ascension, Kyrios, and Revamp still has to go through on the bracket. So we'll be taking a little bit of a break until that matchup concludes as well. And then we'll see you all back in a little bit.